Today, for the very first time, if you can believe it or not, we're going to be checking out our very first ever Yes album. This is Fragile. Or Fragile, like I said. Death Stranding, whatever. Hello everybody and welcome back to another album review / reaction here on the channel. This is very exciting. We don't do classic albums or classic rock, classic stuff very often. Although I think Cody and I are starting to get in the habit of doing it a little bit more. If this is your first time here, my name is Patrick and this is my cousin Cody.
Hello.
No relation. And we have been on the channel doing some more classic stuff. We did some Beatles stuff before I went into the hospital. We've been doing different things. We did some Blur. We did some Beach Boys last year. We've done different things. And we've been talking about some progressive rock stuff recently. Both Cody and I sort of collect vinyl, though I wouldn't necessarily say we collect vinyl so much as just buy it when we find cool stuff. You know, I never go out of my way to, like, I'm a CD collector, so I do collect CDs, but anyway, we found some interesting progressive prog rock vinyl over the last couple of months. And we keep saying to ourselves, we need to do some prog rock. And so I thought...
Now we did do Dark Side of the Moon.
That is true. I forget about that. See, I don't even think of...
People would say Pink Floyd.
Yeah,
I know. I never think of Pink Floyd as prog rock, but I think people do.
Right, and that was an interesting video for us here on the channel. So you can go check that out. What? If you need to do something, we can. You can.
Yeah, I'm glad we hadn't started. The record guy just texted me and said, I'm here, but nobody's answering the door.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yep. Head up there. Anyway, while Cody's gone, I'll do a little bit of the intro here. So if you're unfamiliar with the channel, first of all, welcome. Thank you very much for checking out our video here. I can hear people laughing. You don't hear that very often. Currently, I am staying here in the hospital where I've been recovering from a bone marrow transplant to hopefully cure me and get rid of my leukemia once and for all. I've been here in the hospital for the last 90 days or so, and I still have about 15-ish more days before we are going to be allowed to go home, and then we'll still have to make very frequent trips back. But I live about an hour and a half away from the city, but we've been staying here in the city in the hotel, which is why I'm in a different location than I normally would be, with different equipment, different setup, different microphone, all that stuff. So there's that. I can get that out of the way while Cody's gone. But now that Cody is back, though, I feel like we can get a little bit into what this video is for us. Cody, how familiar are you with Yes, and have you actually listened to any of their albums, really?
I don't know that I have. I used to own the Yes album. I don't know what happened to it. I was trying to find it in my Discogs. It's not there anymore. But that was a record I owned a long time ago, and I did listen to it several times back then, but that's been like 15 years. And then I own Fragile, but I've never listened to it. So that's kind of a blind spot for me. And I know a lot of their hits. I don't know if I like used to listen to a greatest hits or something, but I don't know really any of their albums all the way through.
Sure. And I know, for me, I know their album, the one with the numbers, like 90102, whatever, that has Owner of a Lonely Heart on it. And then when I first heard that album, I heard their song Leave It, which, like, blew my mind. It's, like, got a really cool a cappella part, Cody, that, like, runs through the whole thing. Like, it's a very, very cool, very complicated vocal part that, like, is this, like, it's not a beatbox thing, but it's like a doo-wop type of thing. And it's very complicated, and it runs through the song, and the chorus is very catchy, and it has this really neat bass part, do-do-do-do, 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 something like that.
That's what I picture when I think of Yes, by the way. It's like bass lines.
Bass lines, interesting.
Yeah.
So all I know of them is that album, and I know enough about just music in general to know that is kind of considered to be their, like, sort of like sellout album, or they're like where they were trying to be more pop. And so I know that
Yes is kind of a band of two eras in my mind, where you have like early 70s Yes and 80s Yes.
I guess, yeah, and like that is definitely more of an 80s thing, definitely where they're going for pop. And I know that they were more proggy, and there's probably a lot of prog elements to that album that I'm not that familiar with. In terms of prog music as a whole, I'm not very familiar with a lot of prog stuff, and definitely not a lot of prog rock bands from like the 60s, the 70s, and into the 80s or anything. Any prog stuff I would know would be more. I would probably be considered more prog like metal stuff, more modern stuff. There's a prog rock-ish prog electronic band that I really like called Frost, that people who are prog music fans might know. They are the band that sort of got me into starting to think about enjoying prog music. But it's funny because the more I get into prog music, and I've talked about this in some of our other videos here before, the more I get into what is considered prog music, what I'm realizing is a lot of the music that I have liked throughout my life is just bands that did had a lot of progressive elements to their songs. They just weren't necessarily really ever considered a prog band. Like I think about a band like Nightwish that frequently has songs over 7-8 minutes long, and even a band like Depeche Mode that hasn't written a song under 5 minutes long, in forever. But neither of those bands are really about musicianship or like crazy technical skill. I mean, both of those bands are obviously great, but like, it's not necessarily not a lot of crazy time signatures and things like that. Although they do use stuff like that, Nightwish especially, but I do think the more I learn about prog rock, prog metal, the more I'm realizing that there's a lot of elements of prog stuff in music that I already liked that's not considered that. So I don't feel like it's such a foreign thing anymore like I used to. And one of the other reasons, Cody and I were joking around, but one of the other reasons I wanted to do this Yes album was I found a listing on eBay over the weekend for 17 Yes albums, full albums from their catalog. I know some of their albums, Cody, I was looking just yesterday at some of their discography, and you might look at an album and see 3 songs and think it was an EP, but when each of the songs is like 20 minutes long, it's still a full hour's worth of music. And so some of their albums have like short number of songs but are still quite long and full-length albums. But I found a listing on eBay. Someone is selling their prog rock collection, and they're doing it by artist, and this person had a few artists listed, but he had 17 Yes albums for $65 plus $5 shipping, and I thought that was just a fantastic deal. And so I was really thinking about it, even though I don't really have $65 right now, but to just blow on stuff. But I thought, that's a good deal. And if I do enjoy what this sounds like, then that'd probably be a good barometer for whether or not I enjoy their 60s and 70s music. I know their first album came out like 1969, I think. But then I would enjoy that music as well. They're very prolific. They have many albums. And so if I like this, then I will think a little bit more heavily about actually putting a bid in on that and trying to win the auction, though there's no guarantee that I ever would. Of course, that's how auctions go. So that's kind of, do you have anything else you want to say about your expectations for this and like Yes in general before we really get into it?
No, I don't know. I guess I'm curious. Their first album was 69. I wonder how progressive rock that is, because I've always thought of, ooh, what flavor you got?
This is a Summer Freeze. It's the red, white, and blue.
Pop.
Yeah,
that's
the
a
new
good
Bomb
one.
Pop on. Yep.
It makes me wonder. I need to. If we do another prog rock like band, I want to do Emerson, Lake and Palmer or something like that.
And I would like to do some Rush, because I literally know no Rush. Not a single. The only Rush song I've ever heard is Tom Sawyer.
That's great. Rush would be fun, and they have a very devoted fan base, I know.
Yep. So, and I think Yes does as well.
Oh, interesting.
I think so.
I mean, that would make sense.
Yeah.
I need to do like some research on prog rock and see like what were the very first albums that were considered that, and where did those influences come from, and stuff like that. So, and
I should say too, because sometimes people get frustrated when they watch our videos. If you're unfamiliar with our channel, we like I said, we've been doing a little bit more classic rock, classic albums and stuff, but for the most part on the channel we do sort of like more modern music and modern metal, and I also new albums that are coming out every year. That's what I wanted the channel to be, more just like new albums and things, and across all genres, because I like stuff like Imagine Dragons and One Republic, but I also like Bloody Wood had an album come out this year. But Franz Ferdinand, I was telling Cody, had a great album come out this year. We didn't do reactions to those yet, but bands I love that are more niche, like Birthday Massacre and The Editors and stuff like that. But also then like Depeche Mode, Blur, the Gorillaz have a new album coming out later this year. Pendulum, Cody, one of my favorite bands, literally of all time. They have their first new album in 10 years is coming out in August. It's going to be like the biggest thing ever. We're going to do something big on the channel here for that. So we do a wider range of things. But in general, if this is your first time here, I am much more of a, like, I've learned to grow up loving music myself. I didn't really have anybody around me that like taught me about music, or that I listened to their music that they listened to growing up. It was all me myself figuring stuff out. And so I didn't really get into music until like the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s, when I started to get into like new metal and stuff like that. And so I have a huge backlog of things that I've just really never heard. I did grow up listening to an oldies radio station, so I know a lot of like oldies songs from like the 50s and the 60s, and maybe into the 70s a little bit, but a lot of stuff I don't. That's why we're having so much fun listening to the Beatles records, because I just literally don't know very much of that stuff at all. And in terms of Yes, like I said, the only album of theirs that I know is that 90210 or whatever that album is called album. I literally don't know. I have not heard any other Yes song that I'm aware of as being Yes. Maybe I've heard something.
Well, Roundabout.
I don't know if I don't think I do.
Oh, interesting.
I just said I knew of the song.
Oh, okay.
And then I was looking at the list of the track listing, and there's another song that sounds like Roundabout. Yeah, Long Distance Runaround. Why would you have a song called Runaround and Roundabout on the same album? That seems kind of silly to me.
It's kind of confusing.
But anyway, just to finish my thought on just kind of like how we are as people and stuff. Like Cody is definitely more of the classic rock, knows more of more earlier music than I do.
Yep.
But we want to make it a point to say that we are not like experts. We're not here to tell you all about Yes. We're here to learn about Yes and to hear it for the very first time. And
this one, if people are wondering, usually on these classic album ones, I am pretty familiar with the album, and I kind of push Patrick to do it.
Yeah.
And in this case, Patrick came to me with this one. He wanted to do Yes. I'm not too familiar with Yes myself, so now we're kind of both going into this blind.
Right. And so when we do our Beatles and stuff, people get kind of frustrated at us that we don't know everything about these bands. And so I want to say right away that the point of this is for us to learn along. So like, let us know in the comments things about the band that are cool. We'll talk a little bit about, I just read a bit of the Wikipedia page before this, but honestly, I even try not to do too much of that, because if, like, I started reading, well, here, let's just get into the actual talking about the album, okay?
Okay.
So one thing I learned, Cody, was that this is their first album with a new keyboard player.
Okay.
And basically they had to get a new keyboard player because they kicked the old guy out because he refused to use different sounds than his organ. Like, I guess on their first few albums, they just used these particular organ sounds, like Hammond organ and stuff.
Yeah,
and they wanted to use synthesizer sounds, and they wanted to use Moog, or what was it? It was like a Leslie, like different kind of sounds, keyboard sounds, and their keyboard player wasn't comfortable with that, and so they decided that he was gone, and so he
well, it worked out for him.
Hold on, I want to make sure I have Spotify up, but I don't want it down there. Hold on. Let me move it underneath. There you go. Okay, sorry. So I thought that was something that was interesting, but then the more I was reading about it, the more I was like, I kind of don't want to know this. I don't want to be. Yeah. I don't want to know too much.
You don't want to be like, I wonder how this would sound if it was organs, or or what about the other guy?
Exactly. Although I did find out that he went on to play with David Bowie's band. So.
Oh, interesting.
So he was in David Bowie's band. And then the only other thing I read that I thought was really interesting, and again, people can let us know in the comments, and if we have questions or we talk about things here, please feel free to answer questions and stuff we have down there, and we'll read them. And if this video goes well and we enjoy what we're doing, and we can use the audio from the album in the video. So none of the videos on my channel ever, we don't get any money from anything on this channel ever, because all the money from the ad revenue goes to the artists. And so if this video works out the way I have all of my videos planned, you can, watching the video, can hear the music along with us, and so then that means that the copyright situation with Yes worked. And if that works and you can hear the music, then that means Yes is getting all the revenue from this video, which is fine. We're not here to become rich doing this, because that'd be a stupid way to try to get rich, even though we're poor as craps. But anyway, if it doesn't work and Yes has their copyright, whoever owns their catalog has their stuff set to you can't use it on YouTube, then you'll have to watch the video without hearing the music, which I understand is a big bummer. This video would get a lot less views. But for me, the goal of this video is to find out whether or not I personally enjoy the band Yes, And then if we can use the music, and if this video gets a decent number of views, like I would say, for sure, if it gets over 1,000 views, that's a lot. I would say even if it gets like over 500 views, then I would maybe be considered doing more Yes videos.
Yeah, sure.
And if I enjoy it, we would probably think about doing it regardless. If we can't use the audio from the album, and like Yes has their copyright stuff set that you can't use their stuff on YouTube, this will probably be the last Yes video we do, because it just doesn't work for us to do videos where we can't use the music in it. Nobody wants to watch those, and I personally wouldn't want to watch that either. So I totally get it. But anyway, so, okay, sorry, that was for that little tangent. The other thing I learned from Wikipedia that I thought was interesting, Cody, was when they hired a new keyboard player, he had to go out and buy all new gear. And so that cost this is what it said on the Wikipedia article from like quotes from the band. They said that due to time constraints, they didn't have as much time in the studio as they would have liked to write a full album. So what they did was they wrote 4 songs together as a band, and the other 5 songs, each member of the band had control over everybody else for that day in the studio or whatever. So like it was supposed to be 4 songs from the band and then 5 individual songs from each of the people who, it said something, I wish I should have kept it up. I'm sorry I didn't, everybody. But it said something along the lines of, we wanted everyone to realize their individual dreams for the band, taking control over the other people. So it's kind of like, basically you write your own song and the other
You'd think
people
that
in the
this
band.
would be like a disjointed album then, but it's considered a classic. So that's cool.
And maybe it is disjointed. I did say the first half is different than the second half. So
This reminds me of when CCR, when John Fogerty was... all the members of Creedence Clearwater were like mad at John Fogerty because he was writing all the songs and he was getting all the money for it. And so he's like, all right, you guys, this next album, we're each writing 2 songs, and we'll see how it turns out. And the album sucked.
right, that's really funny.
and then they broke up.
And that reminds me of Pink Floyd and the absolute ridiculous crap they had with the percentage of songs that they wrote and got the rights for and all that crap. But yeah, we see our Pink Floyd video for that. People really got mad at us in that video. So that was the only other thing I kind of found that was really interesting. And then I kind of stopped reading at that point because I was reading about like, oh, this song is meant to be interpreted as this, and this song is like anti-religious, and this song is about this and this. And I was like, I don't want to know that stuff right now. I want to just listen to the music and take it at face value.
You didn't get any sense that this is like a concept album, like there's a theme, right?
I did not say that anywhere that I saw. And I think the reason for that is because of the way it was written.
Sure, that makes sense.
I think they like literally went into the studio and they wrote like Roundabout and a couple of the other songs just there in the studio in like a day or a couple days, like per song maybe. And then they each went home and wrote part of their own things and then came into the studio and arranged it with one person being the composer and the conductor and the director that day.
Okay, cool.
Is what it said. Excuse me, which I actually think is a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And I know, yes, one of the things I know about Yes is that they are definitely known for their musicianship and the technical prowess. So if everybody in the band understands music theory and understands what's happening musically, it would be fun to give the reins for the day to one of the people and just say, you're in charge. You tell me what to do. You know, you be the conductor, be the director. And I think that's a really fun idea. And so we'll see if... They said one of the reasons they did it too is they wanted this. They knew this was going to be a big album for them, and this is their breakout album. I did say that. Yeah. They knew that this was going to be a big album for them, and they were going to do a lot of live shows supporting this. And they wanted people to get a sense of who they each were individually. Oh, okay. So I think it says in like the liner notes and stuff like which song was written by each person. And I also know that at this point, earlier on in their career, their albums consisted of covers and original songs.
Okay.
And on this album...
yeah, here. This actually has...
Oh, there
sorry
you go.
to interrupt. 5 tracks in this album are the individual ideas personally arranged and organized by the 5 members of the band. And then it goes on to say, you know, who played which instrument on which song and who wrote each one.
That's awesome. You'll have to keep that out as we go through.
Yeah. Okay.
That's really good to know. I have it pulled up on... I actually have it pulled up on Wikipedia, the songs and who wrote each one.
Okay.
But it's kind of tough to tell because it says Anderson on like every one because I think he wrote lyrics on every one.
Okay.
So it's kind of hard, but actually it doesn't even show that on here. Oh, yeah, it does on here. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But I will say, too, when you look at the names of the people in this band, none of the names stick out to me. So, like John Anderson, Steve Howe, Rick Wakeman, maybe, Chris Squire. Like, there are certain bands whose people you just know the names of the people in the bands. And I didn't know anyone in this band. So I
So
don't know
the
if
only
that's
one I
reflection
might
of me
know is Rick Wakeman. Sounds familiar, but not like it doesn't jump. Yeah, none of those really jump out to me.
Well, and Squire is a very famous type of
Well,
guitar.
oh, sure.
So I don't know if that has anything to do with him. Probably not. It's probably
Chris Squire. Is he related to Billy Squire?
I don't know.
Famous musician.
Yeah, I don't know. So anyway, that's kind of where we're coming from at this, and we can now get into the music. If you guys are ready, I know people complain we talk talk too much. You talk too much, homeboy. You never shut up. Okay, so now let's get into what we decided we're going to do. Okay, so I hope everybody is okay with this. I did some looking online, and I found, just reading through some forums and stuff, that a lot of people seem to prefer the 2008 remaster of the album. Now, we are going to be using Spotify to listen to this, so I apologize to anyone who's like a crazy audiophile out there. Someone was mad at me in one of my videos earlier today, Cody. I got a comment, "What do you expect? You can't talk about the production when you're listening on Spotify." I'm like, yeah, you can, but whatever, it doesn't matter. So what we're going to do, from what I learned on looking, it seems like the 2008 remaster is regarded as one of the best, and the 2024 remaster is also regarded as being very good. But what we're going to do is we're going to consider the 2008 remaster, which is what they, Yes themselves, I believe, considers to be a definitive version of this, because that's what's loaded on their Spotify page. So we are going to listen to the entire 2008, the entire album, all 9 tracks, as the 2008 remaster. However, after we listen to the first track, which is Roundabout, which I do not think I know at all, we're going to listen to the 2024 Steven Wilson remix of that same song.
Okay.
And that'll be really great from the audio engineering standpoint, and we can talk about
Steven Wilson.
You don't know that. Steven Wilson, Cody, is the lead singer for and main songwriter for a very famous modern prog rock band called Porcupine Tree.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, they are a very famous band, and he is one of the forerunners, I believe, in terms of like audio quality, sonic quality, surround sound, Dolby mix stuff. Like, he does mixes for other bands, and he's been doing, as far as I understand, he's been doing the Yes catalog, going back through remastering, remixing. And the little bit that I read about the differences between the mixes is that in the Steven Wilson mix, he uses modern, kind of like the Beatles remixes we're listening to. He uses modern technology to clarify everything, recompress everything, remix the entire song so you can hear more things than you could have heard in the original.
Yeah.
But it is a completely different way to approach the mix. Like, it is not the original album. It is a new remix of the original thing.
It's like how he would have done it from scratch from the beginning.
Exactly. Yeah, with those files.
That's cool.
Using
you might as well go crazy
production
with it if you're going to do a remix, right?
Exactly. So what we're going to do, though, is we're going to listen to the entire 1971 album, the 2008 remaster. But after we're done with the first song, we're going to go back and listen to, what do you think we should do, Cody?
I think we should do Roundabout and then Roundabout again, I think.
Okay, we talked about this a little bit beforehand, but I didn't specifically ask it. I agree.
Otherwise, I won't notice the difference, probably.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Okay, so but we are going to start with and mainly stick with the 2008 remasters, and I hope that's okay for everybody. It is what Yes themselves have chosen to have as the version of the album on Spotify, so that tells me something about that. So, Okay, Cody, are you ready to listen to track 1, Roundabout?
Yep.
Okay, this is our first Yes ever on the channel. Everybody let us know what you think of the video in the comments. Try to be nice. Or don't, whatever, it's fine. This is Roundabout from the 1971 album Fragile by the band Yes. Track 1 in 3, 2, 1. I've heard that.
Okay.
I've heard that.
Hmm.
Just that part. Unless that's like a super common acoustic guitar thing. But I was not expecting acoustic guitar, so this is very different already. Oh, I can hear it. My room is so loud. I am so sorry, everybody.
Mine too.
Okay, yeah.
I've never listened to this with headphones.
Huh.
I'll be the roundabout. The words will make you out and out. I spend the day away.
Very farty bass sound.
Driving through the sun and in and out the
Okay. Oh yeah, awesome. So you know this song, Cody?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I've heard this a million times.
awesome.
I spend the day away. Early morning, driving through the sun and in and out the valley. In and around the lake. Mountains come out of
And this is 2 years after Sgt. Pepper's.
No, Sgt. Pepper's was 67, I think.
And it's the same year as Dark Side of the Moon.
Dark Side of the Moon was 70, I think. Oh, maybe 71. Yeah. round
This
about
already
that
sounds way better than anything off of Dark Side of the Moon.
time. Yeah.
And don't even ask me to bring up 4 by Pink Floyd, or Led Zeppelin, which sounds like ass.
Which also around this time.
Yeah, I was just trying to think in my head of anything I can compare it to. That sounds like another track of bass.
It is a lot of bass going on.
I mean, there's bass in the middle, and it's constant, yes. It's kind of annoying, I'm not going to lie. I did read this was recorded on a 16-track tape recorder.
Okay.
I love all the little organy bits, it's cool.
Yeah, I love the organ in the song.
I like that the drums are in the middle, bass is in the middle, lead vocal in the middle. Man, when we get to the bassist song, I'm scared. What's he gonna do? Probably play chords on his bass. You think he's so great. Chords on a bass are always kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
Very cool guitar tone. Unless that is a bass. I think that's a bass.
Is it? Oh.
Could be a double, like bass and guitar. It sounds like a bass. The stereo mix is interesting, or the stereo image. And that has to be 2 drum kits, like one spread right and one spread left. Or some congas or some additional auxiliary percussion.
It's definitely 2 different
Like sound sources.
I wonder, you hear this on the radio a lot. I don't know if there is a single version.
I was literally just going to say, I can't believe this is on the radio.
Yeah.
Because this does not sound radio friendly.
No.
This gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
The acoustic guitar stuff, phenomenal. And that
Yeah, I don't know what that.
That's
synth
really
or whatever.
It's just a
sounds great.
high organ part
Oh, okay.
or key part. This is cool. Like this kind of a thing, like in the middle of the chaos that the song has been so far, very cool.
In and around
And also, I do not hate his vocals.
mountains come out of
Oh, good.
the sky.
I was afraid they'd be too high pitched for me, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's landing in the like journey sticks area, and I'm fine with that.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Drums are like just dry as a popcorn fart, as my old boss at the studio I used to work at would say. No reverb whatsoever. Really. The kick is just a poop, 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 poop. The snare sounds nice. Ah. Very cool.
I forgot how cool the song is.
There's like a looseness to it too, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
I guess that goes back with being like before a time of everything set to a grid and being made with computers, you know,
Sure. Yeah.
which I don't generally have a problem with. That's how I make music. That bass player likes to just go.
I'll be the roundabout. The words will make you out and out. You spend the day.
Like that must be a guitar on the right side, but it sounds like a bass too.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if they had it down tuned or something. They're just like spanking the guitar like it's like slap guitar. It's weird that there's no vocals in the middle when they do this part. You know, it's like almost there's too much happening on the sides.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder how the remix will change it.
We need the mono versions. Give me the mono version. The Beatles have ruined me. I want the mono
That's
version.
right.
And that's not true. That's not true. I do want to listen to stereo version. Modern stereo version. Strummed acoustic guitar in the middle.
So you haven't heard any of this song, huh? Except for the beginning note.
Other than that first chord.
Have you heard this?
No.
Really? Huh.
Is that
That's
it?
cool. Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's fast, right?
Yeah, that did not. Okay, groovy, very interesting. Love the keyboard parts. Like the guy's vocals. Lot of layering of vocals, which is what I was hoping we were going to get, because with that 80s stuff, the vocals are like the coolest part.
Yeah.
Way different approach to the bass, obviously. If you think of like Owner of a Lonely Heart, it's like a synth bass thing, basically. I mean, that's where the 80s-ness comes from. So it's like really interesting and different approach. Okay, well, that's fresh in our minds. Let's go listen to the... You have to scroll down to track 1 of
got
disc
it, yeah.
2. The Roundabout 2024 Steven Wilson remix.
Okay.
It's like the 10th track, I believe, but it says track 1. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, everybody, this is the Steven Wilson remix. In 3, 2, 1. It sounds quieter. I'm sorry for the loudness of my room. It really sucks. I'm sorry, everybody. It's not in my room. It's out in the hall. The hall flooded. Wow.
So the bass is way
different.
quieter compared
the
to
whole mix is. I'm gonna turn it up.
But that acoustic is like so forward compared to the bass this time.
No.
You don't think?
No.
It's louder.
The kick is a little more prominent. I feel like it has way less punchiness to it.
I think so too. Yeah.
But honestly, like, his mixes are meant for like stereo surround and stuff. So
Okay.
we may not even be listening. I'm sure he made this as a stereo mix, but
Yeah.
like his stuff he probably made it with the intent of being more dynamic,
Sure.
you know? The vocals are so much lower here.
Mm-hmm.
The kick is enormously loud though the whole time.
Yeah, it is.
Yuck. The bass is
Yeah,
a
I
little
wouldn't
less
say I'm.
attacking.
I wouldn't say I'm into this.
Yeah, me either. Honestly, I thought I like the way the other one sounded better.
Yeah.
Now, maybe this is not really necessarily for us. This might be
Sure.
for people who are very familiar with the song and wanted to hear everything with a lot more room and like,
Sure.
you know, Yes to me seems like a band that people care about so much that they want to get the super audio CD version of, like the like what is the Japanese 1996 like crazy
Yeah.
thing. So like the audio files, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. This is like super quality. I'm good. I don't need to finish this though.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause it. Okay, so that's very interesting, and maybe later on we'll check a different song
Yeah,
if we
maybe.
find one that we think might be interesting to see. Like if we find something that sounds bad to us
Yeah.
on this. But for now we're just gonna go back to the 2008 remasters. So.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That was. Do you have anything you want to say about Roundabout then?
Oh, about the song? It's
Yeah.
just a great song. I don't think I was trying to think. I recognize it. I remembered every part of that song, so I don't think there's like a 5-minute single version or anything. I think it's just one of those. You know, it's like after Stairway to Heaven came out, or maybe around this time. Like the radio was like, we're gonna start playing 7 or 8 minute songs.
Yeah. So
you
the
know.
DJ could go to the bathroom.
Yeah, there you go. So
Right.
that's one of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed that, but it was not like catchy enough to make me want to come back to that. The best
Really?
part was like the 2 or 3 times throughout the song where they slowed it down and then came back to the dum 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 type thing. It was a really cool groove, and I was not ready for the acoustic guitar. Like I was not expecting so much acoustic guitar, but then
Yeah.
I was thinking like at this time a lot of like bands were like folk rock was a huge thing and stuff.
Sure.
So I don't know very much about prog rock, but I would imagine a lot of prog rock has a lot of folk elements to it. Like I think of the few little bit that I know about like Jethro Tull or something like that.
Sure.
Using an acoustic guitar like that. But the quiet moments of that song were like awesome. Very cool. And I don't know where I've heard that intro part, but the backwards piano into the
Yeah.
I have definitely heard that before.
Sure.
I don't know where I would have heard it, but if you told me that was like the sound that plays when you turn on your PS2, I would believe you. You know, something like that.
Yeah.
But really classic, total thing I've heard many times before. So I don't know where. And then the rest of the songs, I did not recognize it at all.
That's
So,
interesting. Someone in the comments let him know where he knows that from.
Yeah, what is that been used in?
Probably
before?
like the theme song of some TV show or something.
Yeah, or if they play it on used to play it on MTV or something in one of those like packages where they play like a 3 seconds of
Yeah.
a song where they like
Oh, there's so many like our FM radio stations, like classic rock stations, love to do that, where that you get 3 seconds of a song and you hear that over and over. There's one like
Yeah.
Metallica one that I hear all the time, and then one time I heard the full Metallica song and I'm like, I've never heard this song before, but I've heard this same section.
Was it
like
I Am the Table? Oh. If you're a Metallica fan and this is your first time on the channel, we have every Metallica album reactions to it. We have probably and it's not an exaggeration, over 100 hours of fantastic Metallica content.
Some
So
people would
check
just
that out.
describe this as a Metallica
Channel, yeah. And I know our Discord, someone was talking the other day and they were saying that they like our Discord way better than the official Metallica Discord.
Oh,
So because there's too many people there, you know.
we
and
got
so,
cooler people.
Yeah. Cody, big fan of Metallica.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay, so now we're on to Cans and Brahms, and I'm excited to hear this. It's only like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is going to be what this is going to be, but it's part of Brahms' Fourth Symphony, third movement. So, and I'm ashamed to say that I probably should know what that is, but I don't know what that is.
So the liner note says Cans and Brahms is an adaptation by Rick Wakeman with the piano player, on which he plays electric piano taking the part of the strings, grand piano taking the part of the woodwind, organ taking the brass, electronic harpsichord taking reeds, and synthesizer taking the contrabassoon.
So this is going to be just keyboard, piano, synthesizer, and harpsichord?
Yeah, and I wonder if this is a piece of classical music that we will immediately recognize or
Probably
not.
I don't know, but regardless, it's going to be awesome with that.
Yeah.
Interesting to have grand piano and then all those like synths and stuff with it.
Yeah.
That's very cool. Well, let's listen to this. I'm excited now.
Yep.
Cans and Brahms in 3, 2, 1. It's nice stereo image.
Let's see. Now, this is some switched on Bach stuff.
Ooh, cool. Little 8-bit in there.
Yeah. I love that old Moog synthesizer sound.
Yeah. It did say this guy was a classically trained pianist, so.
Okay. Switched on Bach was 68. Definitely an influence on this. I don't actually know the original.
I don't
piece.
either. That's kind of the funny thing about classical pieces, though, like 30 seconds of a 60-minute piece.
Right, yeah.
Because of Looney Tunes, usually.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest, I don't like this.
It's a weird thing to put in this album, I guess. I will hear more of the album, but
Yeah, I don't
I do like this. I enjoy
Yeah.
this style of classical music, but
This is not my style.
yeah. No, it's not too long.
No, and that's fine. Should we just let's?
Yeah, we can roll right into it.
Well, I stopped it.
Okay.
What do you have? Do you have anything for the next song?
I don't think so. We have Heaven?
Yeah,
we have Haven?
Heaven.
What is it?
We have Heaven.
We have Heaven. No.
No. Okay, let's just go right into it then.
Okay.
In 3, 2, 1. Whoa.
Oh, sorry. We Have Heaven is a personal idea by John Anderson in which he sings all the vocal parts.
Oh. What? Whoa.
I've never heard this.
What's he saying? Don't tell the moon, don't tell the what?
Tell the moon, don't tell
March
the
hare.
marcher.
Yeah, I see the lyrics. Oh, don't tell the marcher. Okay.
Wait, it says
Oh, it could be either.
with its unconfirmed lyrics here.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh no. I lost the album.
This is wild.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
I like that.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. Where's he going?
You ran away.
Okay.
So far, my thought about this being a disjointed album have proven to be true.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, if I would have in 1971, if I would have went and got this, I would have taken it back to the store probably after this track. No, but like, okay, so if you're new to the channel here, I personally don't have time for these piddly little intermission tracks, and if a whole album is just intermission tracks,
Yeah.
I understand that it's like fun that they're trying to be like kind of like experimental and stuff, but
Yeah.
I just have never enjoyed the like short things like that, or the track before this either. In context of a long album, I think that kind of stuff can be really cool and it can be palate cleanser and stuff, but to have track 1 and then what track 2 is and then that be track 3, that's strange to me. You know, and I'm
Yeah.
not saying you have to have your 5 pop songs at the beginning of the album or whatever, but like strange to have
There's some whiplash.
yeah, very strange. But maybe that's the like, you only like their pop album part of me. Maybe that's true. Maybe that'll be
What's
true.
your-
I don't know.
What's your favorite Yes song? Probably We Have Heaven.
Owner of a lonely heart. Yeah, We Have Heaven. Oh, a deep cut, man.
That's my favorite.
Deep cut,
Yeah.
man. I like the way he sings all the vocals, like all of them. And then there's that thing.
The creaking door.
Yeah, that was cool, to be honest. Like, I liked that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was until it was like finished. And I was like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah, that is pretty. Using sound effects in songs, it's cool. I think I like it. I don't know.
Sure.
I think it's cool. Remember when we were doing one of the Beatles albums and we were like, oh, that's so cool. And then we're like, oh, they just had the sound effects library at Abbey Road. And so they just threw sound effects. Like, oh, it's kind of a bummer, to hear people laughing and stuff. And you think that they got all these people and recorded it and they had this cool story to go along with it. And it's just canned laughter from a recording of a TV show or something.
Right.
But that makes it cool too in its own way,
Yeah.
So, all right, let's get to a real song here, damn it. We want something
All
that's
right.
got some substance to it. This is South Side of the Sky. Are you ready?
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1. Continue with the sound effects. That's kind of cool. Where does side 1 end, Cody?
I'll with this song.
With this song, okay. I almost feel like the vocals could be a little louder.
Yeah, it reminds me of that remix.
Maybe that's the remaster. I don't know. Whoa, what was that? That's cool, that sound. What does it say about this song? Does it say anything?
Nothing in the liner notes.
Nothing in
It's
the
one
liner
of
notes, okay.
It's one of the band
Group ones? Okay. I love piano. I love it when a band uses piano.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't happen a lot anymore. Well, I mean, I guess it does. Depends on the genre. This is awesome. Little distortion there. It's a digital piano, you can tell for sure. Not a
Interesting.
grand piano. I don't think.
Yeah.
And also it's reversed. The lows should be on the left. The highs should be on the right.
Because that's how a piano's laid out?
Yes. From the piano player's perspective. Remember how we had this conversation about the drums? From an audio engineering perspective, I would always put the piano from the piano player's perspective. Throws me off to have it the other way. The drums sound really good. This is cool. Are they going to go back to what they were doing at the beginning? I would assume so, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's where the progressive element comes in. It might actually be a piano. Like a real piano.
Yeah.
I'm already going to say this very easily. I like this way more than Pink Floyd.
Okay.
Like, if this is the same, considered the same genre as Pink Floyd, this is like smashing holes in Pink Floyd and taking Pink Floyd out to the back shed to get whooped. But it's different. It's a different approach, you know.
It is quite different, and it is weird to think that they might be considered the same
In
genre.
the same genre, yeah. And I want to definitely listen to more Pink Floyd, for sure.
Yeah. I'm not surprised that you would like this more. Keeping the wind going.
They're doing some weird stuff with the stereo image. Like the dry source is on the left and the reverb is on the right. Okay, they're back to the beginning now. We'll have to listen to your vinyl when I come over to your house and see how it sounds compared to this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. The outsides of the mix are so loud, that is making me question the 2008 remaster. Because it sounds like they were brought up almost too much.
Interesting.
It's dwarfing the middle of the mix.
I mean, could it just be like the bad stereo of that day and they tried to stay true to that?
That's a mastering thing.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they don't even have the older version on Spotify.
Well, let's listen to part of the 2024 remaster and see.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no. I was wondering if that was going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we still got the wind.
Yeah, it's still fade out. I think it's.
Yeah. It's weird that they brought the... Did they bring the wind back halfway through that song and leave it there? Or was it there the entire time?
No, I think they just brought it back towards the end. You just
Okay.
don't. It's tough to notice.
No, it was there like for the last 3 minutes of the song, though.
Oh, probably when they switched back to the. It wasn't there
Yeah.
when they were doing the quiet stuff. As far as
yeah,
I
you're
know,
right.
I don't think so. Let's
So-
go listen to part of that. Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
Okay.
What were you going to say?
Oh, no. Let's start. Let's do that.
So let's listen to part. Let's go to around 7 minutes of the. Okay, so that's South Side of the Sky.
Oh, jeez. I keep hitting the back button, but it just keeps going to the lyrics because I open up and close the lyrics like 10 times.
All right, so I'm going to go to around 7 minutes
Okay.
of that song because that's when we were sort of talking about it. I'm going to go to 6 minutes.
Okay.
I can go to like literally 6 minutes.
Okay. Ready?
All right, and you're of the 2024 remaster, not the Steven Wilson
Yes.
one.
Yes.
Okay, in 3, 2, 1. It's way quieter. The vocals stand out more.
You think?
It sounds way flatter. Wow. I think it's missing some of the high frequencies too. It sounds more compressed. I'm not necessarily saying that in a bad way either.
Yeah.
I don't think it sounds as good though. Do you think?
I'm having a hard time telling the difference, to be honest.
God, it's such a difference though.
Well, I believe you.
I'm gonna go back to the other one.
Okay.
I'll adjust the volumes after the fact, everybody watching, to try to make it so that they're as close as possible so you can hear the difference in just the mastering. And then it starts to fade out and becomes a worthless song. So I will say, since that it does fade out, that means the first side fades out. They started with the wind, the song started, and then
Yeah.
yeah. I do not. Do I like that song more than Roundabout?
I don't think I do, but maybe it's just because I'm so familiar with Roundabout that it feels catchy to me. Like I want to sing with Roundabout.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I was going to ask you, like, you're very much on record as preferring a traditional song structure with
Yeah.
verse, chorus, whatever, however many times you say it is required.
Yeah. 3 choruses.
Does that conflict when you're trying to listen to prog rock and it's kind of
Well,
weird
in this
stuff?
case, in that song, they did do it. They started
They
it
went
off.
back to I guess I didn't know where a chorus was.
Well,
I guess
that's the thing. They have had a few chorus. It is hard to tell when I'm listening to something for the first time and it is
Sure.
structured like this.
yeah.
But the way
They did
that
go back.
the way my brain perceived that is it started off right away with like verse and chorus, I would say. They did it twice, and then the song meandered for like 4 minutes, doing
Yeah.
the cool piano stuff with the classical piano, which I did like a lot. And then it came back to the beginning of the song, and they did the same thing again.
Okay.
So to me,
you
that
you
was
can get down with that then?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
They went back to a familiar part of the song, so that's what I care about,
Okay.
In this case, I like that they're doing that. They're doing what Metallica does. Metallica writes, well, Metallica's a little different, but basically they play the first half of a song, and then they meander around for another length of a song, and then they come back to the last third of that first song.
Okay.
And that's what a lot of bands do. That's what I'm realizing
Sure.
a lot of prog music is. Because I
Yeah,
first
yeah.
thought, and I've talked about this a little bit, I first thought that prog music meant no repeating parts. And I was like, I don't want to listen to that at all. I want music, I want to
Mm-hmm. That
feel...
might be a stereotype of it, I guess.
Sure, and I've for people who don't know and aren't familiar with the channel, like I want to feel satisfied after every song is done. That's why
Yeah.
one of the reasons I don't like these little piddly minute and a half long songs. Like
Yeah.
I want every song to give me everything that it has, and when it's done, I don't want to feel like I want more of it. I want to be satisfied with that song, and ideally, a band would give me a whole album that I'm satisfied with as well, and then, in my opinion, you have like a fantastic album. And so that's a really like tangible way of reason that I don't like songs that fade out, because it leaves you wanting more because the song was not satisfactorily finished, you know. So to me that song is a bummer that it's faded out. So for that reason I think I do like Roundabout better, but I think the acoustic guitar was definitely recorded better than the grand piano in that song. Like the acoustic guitar in Roundabout is like you couldn't do any better than that today. I feel like you could get better sounding piano than that today, but they may have not have been going for clarity. They might have been trying to... There was a little grittiness to that piano, the way it sounded.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's what they were going for. So, I don't know. But
Okay.
So it looks to me like so now we're on to side 2 of the album.
And I do have information about this one.
Okay, and it looks like other than this next track, I'm hoping every song we get is like a full-length song.
Yeah.
Or at least an
hopefully.
idea of a full-length song, rather than just sort of like a little intro things or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay,
So this one, 5% for Nothing, is a 16-bar tune by Bill Bruford, which is the drummer,
Okay.
played twice by the group and taken directly from the percussion line. I don't know what that means.
So it's kind of crappy that the drummer's song is 40 seconds long. First of all, I would say he got the short end of the drumstick there. But we'll see what it is. Maybe it's the best song on the album. I highly doubt that.
What does it
40
mean,
seconds.
taken directly from the percussion line?
Well, a percussion line could mean that everyone was standing there playing a percussion instrument.
Okay.
So they actually made a line of it. Or it could mean that he wrote out the production, like he wrote out the drum part, and then on their instruments, they just played the drum parts on their instruments. Could mean that too. I don't know.
Well, I guess we'll see. what it
Yeah, we'll
sounds
see
like.
what we'll see what
Maybe
we
we'll
have.
know.
We will stop after this one because I'm assuming it's going to be weird
Yeah.
and we'll want to talk about it. So this is 5% for Nothing, the first song on side 2 of the album. In 3, 2, 1. This is like a nightmare. Random notes. It's like jazz, bad jazz.
Yeah. This is everything I hate about jazz.
But it's kind of funny too, you know?
At least it's not going to be long.
And it won't fade out probably. It would have had to start already.
There we go.
So I would say that was the second thing. Like each hit of the percussion was like an instrument doing, like there was only 2 notes, like bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. Like so
Right, yeah.
each person was just playing their instrument like a percussion instrument, like with one
Okay.
note, and then it was fun.
Sure.
Fun way to start the album, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, you got anything for long distance runaround?
Nope.
No, okay. All right, let's go back.
Okay.
Let's restart 5% for Nothing and go into long distance runaround.
Okay, sure.
I want to get the vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're putting ourselves back to 1971.
Yes, we
listening to
just
side
flipped
two.
the record over, and here we go. What are we getting for the first? Okay, this is 5% for Nothing going into long distance runaround. In 3, 2, 1.
I get it now. It's the greatest piece of music ever written.
So there's a bass, and then I assume that one of them is a guitar, but it sounds like 2 basses. Then there's an
Yeah.
organ with a note, and then there's a very choppy on the far right from a keyboard.
I mean,
But
it
just
says
the
it was
same
played-
note.
It says it was played twice by the band. Does that just mean they overlaid?
Twice through. They played it twice through because it's 16
Okay,
bars, so
I
it's
see.
actually a 32 bar song.
Gotcha.
I would guess. Okay, here we go.
All right.
Real music.
Oh, okay. I know this one.
Is that a piano or keyboard on the left, right?
I don't know.
I think so. See, one of the things I was kind of afraid with was we were going to get jazzy prog rock. And I don't want that.
Yeah. This must have been somewhat of a hit because I've heard it.
You've heard it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely more radio friendly in length. Maybe it's just an instrumental.
I think there's one.
Long distance,
Yeah.
run around. Long time, waiting to feel the sound.
It's such a cool guitar part. It's like the beginning of a sweet like soul, jazz, like a. It's like the first bar of the first very small part of a funk song. There's a lot of really pretty stuff happening in these songs, the real songs.
Sure.
Ooh, beautiful. Ooh. The vocals could be drier and in the middle more. Like, more present, I mean.
Sure.
Is this one of the ones they wrote together as a band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. The only one remaining is Mood for a Day is by the guitarist.
Okay.
Cold summer, listening. Hot color, melting the anger to snow. I still remember the dream there. I still remember the time you said
I like his voice. I do.
you were ready
Yeah.
It's not overly shrill.
let it in the sunshine.
And it actually reminds me of something else I've heard. Probably Journey or Styx or something like that. People probably get mad at me for that, but
Yeah.
cool.
How about we say Journey or Styx reminds you of Yes's vocals?
Wow, that just totally rolled right into the next song. Okay.
Wow, yeah. I guess you just want to go?
No, I stopped.
Okay.
What were you saying though?
Let's just say Journey or Yes vocals remind you of Yes. Or Journey or
Journey
Styx
and
vocals.
Styx remind me of Yes, yeah.
Yes, there you go.
Which I know the first few, like the first 2 or 3 Journey albums were just instrumental albums only
Oh, really?
before they got a vocalist. Yeah,
Before they got Steve Perry.
Yeah, they were like, their record label was like, do you guys want to sing some of your songs? They're like, no. Like, we're going to make you. It's like, okay. So, yeah, I don't...
That was a lot like dirtier sounding than I remember in my mind.
Yeah?
Like was it the piano on the right or whatever? It was like really distorted.
Yeah, it was... Yeah. It was... I don't know if I liked that or if I didn't. That's a really weird thing to say. It's like, that's clearly like the Roundabout had 152 million plays. And then the next closest one is this song with 16 million plays.
For sure, yeah.
So it's clearly the second biggest, but not by, not by, not a lot. I liked that. I don't know if I like this, the whole thing. Like, I like
Yeah.
everything that's happening individually, but when you put it together and it seems kind of random, some of the stuff.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to explain. I need to listen to more of it,
Okay.
which we still have 2 more songs, and one of them is 11 minutes, so I'm very excited for that.
Yeah.
Although
3 more songs.
it's by far the least played song on the album. So we'll see. But okay, I don't know. Do you have anything for Mood for a Day?
We're on the
Oh
fish.
no, sorry, the fish. The Schindleria prematuris.
Schindler, like Oscar Schindler?
Like Schindler's List?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
don't
I'm
know.
assuming whoever discovered whatever fish. The Schindleria prematuris. Look up what it is.
It doesn't have. Oh, it's something. It's oh gosh, it's a species of fish. Schindler's fish
Yeah.
is a species of goby fish. I don't know.
It must have meant something to him. I'm sure if
It
I
has
read
a
the
very short Wikipedia article. Doesn't even mention the song.
I was going to say, I'm sure if I would have read in the Wikipedia article for the album, it kind of went song by song. So I'm sure, like I read one of the other songs, one of the band members was looking at a magazine and they saw something, and it like inspired them to say, or like they were talking to someone on the phone and they came up with the title of the album Fragile because they saw it in a news clipping or something while they were talking to their manager on the phone or something.
Interesting. I was wondering where their name came from,
Oh, that's a good thought.
because it's not a great band name.
Or it's the best band name. It's really hard to look up for sure, but they
Maybe.
didn't care about that in 1968 or whatever.
Right? Yeah.
That's something we can
Yeah.
research and look into for the next video.
Yep.
For now, we are on to The Fish. The Fish. In 3, 2, 1. Okay, and it's continuing where it left off.
Oh, cool.
Wah pedal. Ooh. That's cool. Okay, so the bass player does have some restraint. I still think that the sides are too loud in this remaster. To the detriment of the overall sound.
Sure. It's kind of an underwater feeling
Yeah.
with that blue.
Just like with Pink Floyd, I'm just asking, like, who listened to this? Now, Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon is like one of the top 3 or whatever greatest selling albums of all time, and I still maintain to this day I don't know anybody that owns that album that listens to it or that even at all likes it. So, like, I think those numbers are fake. But who listened to this? You know, who's this for? It's cool. I'm not saying it's bad at all.
Oh,
Okay,
Check out the lyrics for it.
I just clicked on them.
I think it's fun. It's not catchy.
Crap, when you click on the lyrics, shoot. It takes you
Just
back
hit the-
to the band page.
Oh, mine doesn't.
Well, mine does.
Yeah,
And this one
out.
faded out because it's a
Yeah.
fish swimming away in the stupid ocean or whatever.
That's right. It makes sense. All right. So Patrick's least favorite song, except for maybe the drum one.
Yeah, well, no. The drum one was bad, but We Have Heaven was worse than that.
Oh, that's right. Maybe that's.
Yeah, and it wasn't
Yeah.
bad. It just wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It's
don't know.
weird.
I think I'm just a basic Bob. I want songs to be enjoyable to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, like it's
Sure.
not that I can't sit and think about it while I'm listening to it. It's that I don't want to. I want to
Yeah.
enjoy what I'm listening to. And that was not, there was nothing about that was like enjoyable, you know?
Yeah. Sure. I can get with that.
I
I
know.
wonder if you would like Emerson, Lake and Palmer more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
What's their song I would know?
Well, Lucky Man. I don't know. You know a few of them. But,
Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming I
they
would.
did a cover of Hoedown, which is pretty cool. But they have like, you know, I just feel like theirs are more fun to listen to.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
I know
but,
there's a prog rock band out there for me that's gonna like blow my mind. Like
Yeah.
I really wish, like the thing that was so cool about Roundabout and even about the south side of the sky, the long quiet parts. I love that.
Yeah.
Give me lots of that. Give me an album that is like 70% that with like I hate to say this, but like a like that album we listened to earlier this year. That metal band that like was #1 forever. Right? It was like Sleep Token, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like 70% quiet. Now, take the rap part out of it, but like give me an album that's like a majority quiet, like, and then just you don't know when, but at parts it's going to explode. Not necessarily into heaviness, but just like more complexity, you know. But a band that's not afraid to sit and be quiet while they're playing, and then let the singer sing and be, you know. And maybe there are some Yes albums where they do that. Maybe there are just some songs where they do that. That was the thing I liked. That was why I was so excited when we were listening to Roundabout. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah.
I like the juxtaposition of the like groovy part and then the like the perfectly recorded acoustic guitars that sounded like masterfully recorded. Awesome. The rest of this stuff just kind of sounds like mishmash of stuff, you know?
It is kind of disjointed.
So I don't know. I mean, I think they're doing it on purpose. Like it is a jazzy
Yeah.
side of them or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Nothing has gotten near what Roundabout was to me.
Yeah. And then it's weird to think that they did like Owner of a Lonely Heart and Changes and
Yeah.
And
so
that
clearly
stuff.
they have a wide variety of sounds.
although I will say there's been, if you look at the number of people who've been in this band, it's a lot.
Oh,
Like they
okay.
change members a lot, and at certain points they tour with like 9 to 10 people that are like official band members. So they tour with lots of musicians, and I don't know if everybody's standing. Like they might have 3-4 guitar players at once, which is unnecessary in any band ever. You know, but
Yeah.
they're probably doing cool stuff. So and it's neat that they can just, instead of playing to a track, they just like hire a different guitar player. You know, so they
Yeah.
just have 4 guitar players or whatever. And I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying. So. All right, let's listen to Mood for a Day. We'll see what the
I
mood.
have something on this. This
Okay.
is let's see. Steve Howe, or Steve Howie maybe, is the guitarist. He concludes. Steve Howe concludes with a solo guitar piece, "Mood for a Day."
Oh, okay.
So-
If it's in a solo acoustic guitar piece, I'm going to be here for it.
Interesting.
So which
We'll
of
see.
the songs was from the bassist's perspective?
Well, what was his name? Chris Squire. He wrote. Shoot, where did I see that? He just did that one, The Fish.
Fish.
Although it doesn't. Oh yeah, sorry. In The Fish, Chris Squire's The Fish, each riff, rhythm, and melody is produced by using different sounds of the bass guitar. Sorry, I didn't realize that.
That's all
before
right.
That.
That's all right. Okay, very interesting then.
That's good to know. Okay, so
Still
that
kind
kind
of
of
a-
explains why that's a weird one.
Yeah, I guess.
Because it's one of those.
Yeah, and the bass part in it was really cool because he was just going,
Sure.
you know,
yeah.
like. But then if the rest of it was also like bass stuff too, I mean.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I've heard stuff throughout the album that sounded like a guitar, but that didn't sound quite like a guitar. It sounded like a bass. So I don't know
Yeah.
if he's
Well,
doubling.
this'll-
Maybe they have 2 bass players. That would be stupid.
This will be all guitar, so
Yeah, well, let's see what this is. It's probably going to
Yeah.
be, ugh, but we'll see. All right, Mood for a Day in 3, 2, 1. Okay, acoustic guitar. it's just like a classical guitar piece.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. I like a classical acoustic guitar piece. It's not like this. A little Renaissance-y, you know.
Yeah.
Ooh. It was a right note, just spanky.
Yeah, it was stabby.
This is cool. I like this.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of music like this to try to help me fall asleep.
Yeah.
It's generally more simple than this, but this is a calming sound to me.
You know, you like the quiet parts in a song. This
I do.
is the quiet part of the album.
Yeah. I really appreciate when a band has a guitar player that can do this stuff, and if they incorporate it into their music, which is very hard to do, because if you were going to try to recreate it live, you know, how would you do it? You have your roadie hand you a guitar, you have a weird guitar made that's like part acoustic, part electric, you know, some goofy thing like that.
Yeah.
So bands aren't incentivized to do that kind of stuff if you want to try to portray your music live accurately, which I'm sure this band did. I'm sure that's what they're known for.
Yeah, they were a big live band.
Right.
And we heard a little bit of this in Roundabout, but I'm hearing several things in this where I'm like, oh, that's a Yes guitar. So there are other songs where they do stuff like
classical
this.
acoustic. Yeah, that's fantastic. I love it. I love this. And their piano player can play classical piano too, so that makes me really excited. Yeah. Like, the only thing is, do I want to listen to like 25 albums to get 5 really cool songs? You know.
Well, people in the comments should tell us what we should listen to next.
That's what I was going to say when we're done.
Because I don't know what the hell to tell
I want
Patrick
people
here.
to. I want people to recommend to us what, based on what we've been saying, what would be the next good Yes album for us to listen to. Because I'm totally down to listen to another one.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so do you have anything on this crazy last track?
No, just it's a regular band group song.
Okay, so I expect to be kind of a little chaotic, but hopefully, since it's 11 and a half minutes, hopefully we get some nice long quiet parts, contemplative parts in the middle. So this is Heart of the Sunrise. This is our first 10+ minute long Yes song ever. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1. Okay.
Cool. It's the bass and the guitar competing with each other here.
Yeah, I was listening to the keyboards that whole time. I thought it was
Oh,
awesome.
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, I like it when music comes from a more blues-oriented place rather than a jazz.
Yeah.
So,
Me too.
which this to me seems a little more bluesy right now, but I love the keyboards here. Like faraway sound. The fake string sound, whatever. Very cool. I love the effects they have on that. If they're running it through some sort of a machine tape thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
They've also got its reverb on the left side too. Bass sounds great. Drums sound fantastic the whole album. I had a friend who was she was a very emotional person. Probably the most emotionally outward person I've ever met. And she told me once that someone in her life had gotten her into the band Yes, and she just like super fell into them really hard. And she would told me she would cry listening to their albums and stuff. That it was so gorgeous.
Interesting.
But I mean, I could see her crying listen to anything, but still, that always stuck with me, you know.
Yeah.
And I posted that. Sorry, everybody, we're talking a little over this, but they ain't singing yet, so the song hasn't actually started. But I posted that thing about whatever it was called. It was like fissin' or something. The idea of like having a physical response to listening to music. I posted that on our Discord. Yeah. I thought that was really interesting. Because I've said before, since I had my treatment, like if I'm sitting here, if I was 100% committed to listening to this, I could pass out probably. Like my brain would. I would have a spike in my head, and I would pass out. This is cool. I love this. This is like movie soundtrack.
Yeah, I like that guitar sound.
Yeah.
It sounds so familiar, but I know I haven't heard this.
Yeah.
I was reading on Wikipedia. I read a spoiler about the end of this song, so I will not.
See, to me, does 3 songs an album make? You know what I mean? I'm gonna get out my calculator. Right? I'm gonna get out my calculator and calculate how much real music we've heard on this.
This has been described as Yes's 3rd heaviest song.
Oh, really cool.
Yeah. And it's their 5th most played song, I think maybe live.
Oh, sorry, my mic is making some noise, everybody. I'm sorry about that.
So despite the low plays on Spotify, this is a pretty popular Yes song.
Interesting. This is cool. I like this. Okay, there we go.
I like when he sings not as gravelly. Like,
I don't mind it either way. I really enjoy his voice, actually.
Yeah, it's pleasant. Yeah, this song is kind of redeeming the album for me.
I love this.
I like it quite a bit. And I mean, those 3 songs together are like 26 minutes, which is most of the album.
28 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yeah,
I just calculated it. So
most of the time you're listening to the album, it's those 3 songs.
Yeah, but they wasted my time with the other ones. So
sure.
that's the frustration to me. You know, it's like,
I get it, yeah.
I almost would have liked it better. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I think the vocals are too low on this album overall.
I feel like Roundabout was mixed like differently. Because I feel like the vocals on that were pretty.
Well, it's the main song,
forward.
So they probably put more effort into the remix for it, or the.
Yeah, sure. Or the original mixing.
Don't forget, we reacted to that Dream Theater album earlier this year too, which is kind of similar to this, but with metal elements. Ooh, cool. That attacky, I think it's a piano of some kind.
Wikipedia said this song's about feeling lost in the city, which he just literally said, so it's not subtle.
That's all right. It can't be subtle or we wouldn't pick up on what it is. Yeah. I haven't heard a single word to just the vocals.
That keyboard tone there is what I think of when I think of Yes.
Okay,
that
really?
And the bass. Yeah.
Oh, I love that synth sound.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck.
Maybe I should just be a basic Bob and get a Yes greatest hits and call it good.
Well, maybe their earlier albums would be more interesting to you.
Right. Or maybe their later ones. Who knows? I mean,
Yeah.
I like this.
Yeah. This is something I've heard.
Maybe they have other songs that are similar to this.
I feel like I've heard a song that ripped that off.
It's not a super uncommon type of thing, I don't think.
Yeah, sure.
It's cool how he's playing the snare drum like that to give it the feel of like almost of the forward motion. Most of the music I listen to, it would be the kick going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like such a different approach.
Dream Theater has covered this.
I love it. I love that. That's so awesome. Okay, what are we doing here?
Some nice piano.
I like the dynamics in this. This is cool.
Moving and removing sharpness of the color sunshine. Straight light searching all the meanings of the song. Long last treatment of the telling that relates to all the words sung. Dreamer, easy in the chair that really fits you.
The drummer says the band really hit its template with this song. So I think
Yes, please. Make every
Yeah,
song
so-
from here on be. Look, on their next album, do they have like regular length songs too?
I don't know.
Oh, I can't look.
I can.
Yeah, I mean, I can look. But... Remind me to tell you some about the artist that does their artwork.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk about that too.
Love comes to you, and then after.
So their next album is 3 songs.
Huh.
It's 3 songs, one that's 18, one that's 10, and one that's 8. So it's the same thing as this,
Yeah.
except minus that fluff.
I would listen to a whole album of this.
Yeah, oh, 1000%. And then their next album is 4 songs. 22 minutes, 20 minutes, 18 minutes, 21 minutes.
Okay.
That sounds damn awesome to me. And that's from 2072 and 73.
And that must be 4 sides of 2
Must be.
discs.
And then Yes Songs, which is one of their, that's their,
That's like it's a live album.
that's a live album, yeah.
That's the one I have here that has a really cool artwork.
This is awesome, this song.
Okay, so they go back to this song. They're like, we know what the people want.
Yeah, give it to them.
Oh man.
They were really expecting that to be their big hit, huh?
Well, you know, as the singer's song, he's like, we need more. I only got a minute and a half of that originally, so. So apparently that's like considered a hidden track. It said on Wikipedia, it said that the original length of the song was listed as like 10:30 or whatever. Although I just looked on my album, it doesn't even list the lengths. So,
Yeah, I
know.
did read on there that some of their albums, since they've been releasing these like deluxe editions and remasters over the years, some of the remasters will include bonus material, and it like will lengthen the last song. So there's like a discrepancy over like what the actual run title.
So I can
stuff
see
is.
it. I can see that little reprise on the disc here,
There you go.
but it doesn't list it on the album. It's listed as 1034 for that
Okay,
song.
interesting. So it's a fun
hidden
little
track.
thing. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and I'm not gonna. The song before that did not fade out. It ended.
Right.
So that was like to me that song was like worth the price of admission.
Yeah. Me
I
too.
mean that was like hold on, let me go find the actual album. I've been just
That lived up to Roundabout for me. And I was worried that this album wouldn't in the end. But really, if you add just that to Roundabout, that's 20 minutes of music right there.
right. And as I was looking, like I said, so it seems like with this album, the songs that each of the band members wrote to pad out the album, they just got rid of that idea.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, they're like, forget it. Because like I said, their next album is 3 songs, and it's their next album is 3 songs, and it's it'd be almost 30 some minutes. And then their next album is 4 songs, and it'd be almost over an hour of music. And then their next album is 3 songs, 21 minutes, 9 minutes, and 9 minutes. Their next album is so Yesterdays must be an album that is more of a going back to a traditional album style, because we've got 10 and a half minutes, 4 minutes, 5. Quit texting me. Who's messaging me? Knock it off.
Not me.
Knock it off. Do not disturb is
eventually-
on.
What is the lengths on that 21 or 21, 23 or whatever?
Well,
Or
hold on.
90125
I was going to
here.
say from 1975, their album Yesterdays, they have a 10.5-minute song, and then every other song is like 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes, 6 minutes, 5 minutes. So that to me would be a really good one to listen to. If we wanted to. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
totally
sure.
fine listening to the one you have, Going for the One.
next one.
Going for the One.
Yeah.
That's the first one that has that's the first one that has a 2008 remaster. But that is 5 songs, 5.5 minutes, 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 3.5 minutes, 15 minutes.
Okay.
And then as we keep going up from 1978, their album Tormato, that is 8 songs, nothing over 10 minutes. Going up, their album from 1980, Drama, 6 songs. There's a 10 minutes, a minute and a half, boo to that, Men in White Car. Then we have 6.5, 8.5, 4.5, 5.5. So I'm really liking what I'm seeing moving forward,
Yeah.
which really begs the question, which I ask all the time, why the hell was this the album who was
Well-
listening to this?
I don't know what their album sounded like before. Well, okay, hold on. I know the Yes songs, or no, just the Yes album.
Yeah.
That's the one I used to own, and that has Seen All Good People on there, and that's they had a few long songs on this one too. Yeah, I don't know. I think the reason this one hit so big is because of Roundabout.
Must be just a big single, and then people
And
bought
it was
the
just,
album.
a lot of people's first Yes albums.
Yeah, yeah. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, except the fact that there's like 4 wasted tracks on here. It's not wasted. Don't get too mad at me, everybody. But it's not.
Well, I wonder.
for me.
I wonder what Yes fans consider to be like their best album, because I think a lot of people usually point to like, a band's like sophomore album or something like that, where it's like they hit their peak early. But it makes me wonder if one of those like 3 or 4 albums from now, if one of those is considered one of their best.
One of the things when I was looking for my what's the definitive edition of this album, like in terms of the remasters, I'd found a website where people were asking what's the best Yes album and the best version of it, and it seemed to me like their album Close to the Edge, which is the next one, the one with 3 tracks,
Okay.
I believe. It
Okay.
seemed to me like that was the one that people mentioned the most, but several people were like, how can you even talk about that without mentioning Yes Years, or whichever one was the one with the live one?
Oh,
People think that their live album
Yes
is their
songs?
best thing. Yes songs, yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what's kind of interesting about this? It's a triple album, and it's like you can get it for cheap,
Yeah.
and it's such a cool package.
What's the cover?
I got. Mine's all beat up, but it's.
Oh, I might
it's
have that one too.
same. Yeah, it's a really thick. It's got like a double
Okay, maybe I don't have that one.
spine.
What are all the Yes albums you have?
Just these three.
Okay.
Just that one, this one, and Fragile. And I swear I used to own the Yes album. I have no idea where it is.
Yeah. I know I've got.
Lost it, I guess.
I know
Yeah, I'm gonna start looking out for more Yes albums, I guess.
But I do have. I wish I had it here. I actually showed it off in a recent video. That's on the channel here that Cody and I uploaded recently. We went to a vinyl store in downtown Omaha, Nebraska, and we bought a bunch of vinyl for like we were looking in the $2 bins, and the lady gave us a great deal, and we talked about it in that video, so you can watch that if you want. But I found a really cool cover, a really cool album that looked really sweet, and when I did a little digging into it, I found out it was a side project of the guy from Yes, the singer, John Anderson, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And so it was a band that he was in other than Yes. And the album only had like 2 or 3 songs on it. And I never looked at the length of the song. I don't remember what it's called or anything like that, or I would look it up. I'm sorry, everybody.
Was that the one with the really cool artwork?
Yes. It looked like the same, like a cover of a Yes album. Like you opened it up and it had this sweet, it looked like Fire and Ice or Wizards, like a Ralph Bakshi thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got two last ones to show. I think these are pretty cool. I managed to find in the last Creative Records a Yes record. Very excited about that. I think Yes is a band I could like.
It was a day for prog rock.
He's got a screechy voice, the dude from Yes. However, Owner of a Lonely Heart, that whole album, I know people scoff at it. That's like that Van Halen jump or whatever. People get really mad for selling out or whatever. Owner of a Lonely Heart.
No,
That's such a
I think
cool
it's
song.
cool that they were able to continue into the 80s and like make like 80s pop.
Yeah,
hits.
and that whole album is great. There's a really cool song on that album that has this sweet a cappella thing in the background. It's really cool. But I know that they were really prolific before that as crazy like long prog music.
Yeah.
And so I'm excited to get into them sometime. And if people would be interested in that on the channel, Yes is one of the bands I would definitely be looking. I've never heard YYZ.
That's Rush, right? Or is that Yes?
I think you're right. That is Rush. Well, I've still never heard that, so I guess that tells you I don't really know. I thought that was Russ. Yes, but no, you're right. I think that is Rush.
Okay.
The famous drum part or whatever is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a thing. Yeah. So anyway,
We're not going to listen to Rush, though.
I do not.
We
wanna
already
listen to
know
Rush.
that.
No,
you
I
know,
don't like.
We're
Rush.
not big Rush fans.
Yeah. All of Tom Sawyer is great, but the Deadsy version is better than that. And then along with that, I saved this one for last because I think it's the coolest thing. This is whatever the hell this is. It's the coolest artwork I've maybe ever seen for a record ever. And you open it, and it's got this like, hold on, I want to get the page down. It's got this like, it just is awesome. I mean, it's like artwork from like the Wizard or Fire and Ice, like Ralph Bakshi movie stuff. It's like that kind of a background thing.
I'm going to show you I'm going to show you this Nazareth cover and see if you think it's the same.
But it's got this crazy story in here. And what this band is, for those of you who are like, what are you talking about? What is this? It's hard to pronounce. It's the Oleus of, what is it, Shinelo or something? Hold on, it says in here. It's hard to... Sunhillow, the Oleus of Sunhillow is what the album is called, by John Anderson, John Anderson, who is the singer for the band Yes.
Yeah.
Which is why I bring that up. And so he's one of the members in here. It says his name here. It's got their picture and a dog. But like it's got, there's probably John Martin plays on here. There's a bunch of famous people and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I just think this is really badass. It's really cool. The artwork is like such that I would hang this on a wall. It's very cool. Oh, I was going to tell you, the guy who does the artwork for them, I found a funny story from him. In 2016 or 2013, he tried to sue. He sued James Cameron for stealing his artwork and putting it into Avatar.
Oh.
Yeah, he submitted like 73 pictures or something. I can't remember the exact number, but like a really big amount of pictures where he took pictures that he drew of like these interesting things exactly like you're showing and holding up. And that James Cameron and his art team like basically copied like exactly to create plants and stuff on Pandora.
I can see that
in the movie, and the judge dismissed the case because the artist said that he was inspired by nature and created things inspired by nature, and James Cameron said that they just used his work and nature as inspiration. But James Cameron said,
Okay.
like, we were very inspired by this guy's work, but we didn't
Sure.
steal any of it. And then the judges, he dismissed all the evidence that he had submitted. So it was a sort of a shady case, I guess.
Yeah, this is a reason why like TV shows and stuff will never allow like just random people to send them like their written scripts or their ideas for episodes, because if they end up using anything like that, then there's evidence that they may have seen and ripped it off from someone. So I mean, he might have had a case if he like legitimately was like contacted to create art for this, or if I don't know if it was unsolicited or what.
No,
but,
I think they just said that James Cameron is a big fan of his artwork. I mean, but the thing
Yeah.
is, like, when you're in the culture, he also does artwork for Asia, the band Asia.
Oh, sure.
And then the band, he did some, I think it was Jethro Tull, maybe. And then he also did Gentle Giant, which is a prog band that I recently found out about. And then another one called, what was the other one? It doesn't matter, but I've recently discovered some of those bands that are more folky, where they do just have like acoustic guitar, like quiet stuff. That's what Gentle Giant. I was scammed by a guy on the CD in a Facebook group. He posted a bunch of CDs for sale, and I was the first person to see it. And the CDs were really nice price, and so I looked them all up online, figured out what stuff was, and I was going to buy like 3 Gentle Giant CDs from him and a few other like prog rock things, and he was trying to scam me, and so I just forgot the whole thing. But that experience taught me who Gentle Giant was, and then there was another band, and I wish I could remember what it was.
This artwork on Fragile is one of my favorite album covers, I would say.
Really?
I think it's so good. It's simple. It's like really nicely done. It expands out into a gatefold on the back. Like, and that guy's artwork is so cool. Reminds me of, there was an old PC game that I think was a Flash game called Samarost in like the mid 2000s, and it was kind of like pixely art, but it was very much in that style of like of this specific cover of like a world, a planet with vegetation and stuff coming out of it.
Hold on while I look this up. Just William Roger Dean.
Okay.
And then let me see what it says here. The groups for whom he is the most known for are English rock bands Yes and Asia. And Asia has really cool album covers too. Although when I think of Asia's albums, I always think of them as being a little bit more like computer generated stuff. So he must have just had that really cool style.
Yeah, they're a little like cleaner. Like they have the dragon one with the Hydra on it or whatever. But those were more 80s, so maybe he changed his style later on.
But let me see what it says here. Oh, he's worked on video games for Black Onyx, Barbarian, Terror Pods, Chrono Quest, Shadow of the Beast. What game did you say?
Samarost.
No, Strix, Tetris Splash, Tetris Worlds, Agony, Shadow of the Beast 3, Fatal Rewind, Omnios, Super Black Onyx, Barbarian, like I said, Terror Pods. That's really cool. All in the 80s and into the 90s. Sorry, let's bring it back. Okay, so everybody watching, if you're still here, thank you first of all for watching. I wasn't expecting this video to be that long. I got to make sure that I message Connie when we're done. But you can kind of tell, hopefully, by our comments what we liked and what we didn't like. So I want two things. One, let me know if there's a band, in just listening, that you think we should check out that's not Yes. And I'm not saying I don't want to listen to any more Yes, because I definitely do. That last song was so great. However, I want you guys to recommend us bands. Not saying that we'll do reactions to them if they're not like a well-known band, but I want to know what people think based off of what we were saying.
And based off his comments, I still want to make Patrick listen to a Emerson, Lake and Palmer album.
Yeah.
So if someone has a suggestion, I'm really bad at like trying to figure out what Patrick will like, even though he can tell me a million times like what he likes. It's hard for me to like listen to an album and be like, oh yes, that's the kind of stuff Patrick would like, and then I play it for you and you're like, this sucks.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird, but I mean, I do have a very eclectic, like I like such a wide range of things. So,
and I guess I just don't hear music the same way you do in that like it's like, oh, Patrick would like the structure of this or wouldn't. It's like, I don't hear that. So
Right.
if someone in the comments could suggest which Emerson, Lake and Palmer album you think Patrick would like, we could start with that.
Yep. And same thing with Yes then. I want
yeah.
people to recommend what's the next Yes album we should listen to. And like if we love this and we get into them, like I would be okay listening to like way more Yes stuff.
Sure.
Especially if this album if this video gets some views and like we can use the music and everything, then I'm all in on Yes. If we want to be, you know.
Yeah.
If it doesn't get a lot of views and stuff, which I understand, that's fine. I do want to try Rush just because I'm like so unfamiliar with them and I know they're so famous. I've never heard that song that everyone references, like YYZ or whatever it's called.
Oh, I don't think you'll like them.
Well, I
which
might
might
not.
be fun.
I know I don't
Yeah.
like his vocals from listening to Tom
right,
Sawyer.
yeah.
So I've
I have
heard
a
that.
hard time with that too.
I've
yeah.
heard that, and I don't. Other than that, I don't. I think as a song, Tom Sawyer is badass and cool.
Okay.
That's it's cool, and the big at the beginning, like it's cool.
Yeah.
So I'm very curious to hear Rush, and I know Rush has a huge, very passionate fan base, and I think Yes has that to an extent too. So let us know that. Let us know any other bands we should check out. In terms of this album, I kind of joked around about some of the songs being a little disappointing or wasting my time. That last track made it all worth it, in my opinion. It was my favorite song on the album, including Roundabout. I did like Roundabout.
I agree, although I still like Roundabout more, but I think it started and ended with the two strongest tracks.
Yeah, and I think Roundabout would be my second favorite track, and then that other longer track that was more of a song, and then the other songs I kind of would just kind of get rid of, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it looks like on their next albums, like moving forward, that's what they did. They just focused on big long songs, and I'm okay with that. I think that's kind of a cool idea. So
Yeah, I'm excited for more.
yeah. So let us know all that stuff in the comments, and we'll try to hopefully catch up with everything. It's a little tough while I'm still here in the hospital, but once we get back home, I want to try to do a little bit more things. But I've also got, and no one's going to care about this, and I don't consider myself a musician, but I've got my guitar here, and I finally, after months and months, managed to get my music software and stuff on my computer that I have here at the hospital. It was my intention to try to write a whole album while I was here at the hospital, but I can't do that in the last 10 days I'm going to be here.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to work on some stuff, and it's really hard when you haven't written music for a year or more to just sit down in an uncomfortable space with probably someone sitting 2 foot behind me with hearing the bleed from my headphones, playing the same 5 notes on the guitar for 3 hours. It's not the most ideal situation, but I've been feeling inspired to try to do some stuff. I want to make a prog rock song, Cody.
Oh, yeah.
I want to see if a person with zero musical talent can make a prog rock song that's not good at singing. I want to see if I can do it.
Well, Rush can do it.
I do know a lot of people dislike Rush, and so I think that's kind of funny. But
they're very polarizing.
And I know they have their drummer
Neil Peart.
Neil Peart. There's John Bonham in that band too.
Oh, wait.
I
Yeah,
could
is
be
John
wrong.
Bonham the drummer? Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. No, John Bonham's Led Zeppelin. Right?
Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
forget them. But sorry, I'm getting my rock stars mixed up. But I do know
Getting your dead drummers messed up.
Yeah. There's a guy with one arm in one of those bands too, Def Leppard, I think. But
Oh, wait. Neil Peart's not dead. Sorry.
this is how much we know.
Oh, no.
people.
He
Let
is
us know.
dead. He died in 2020.
Oh no!
Okay.
Speaking of people who died, I was watching the X Games earlier. They were broadcasting on ABC, and they did a tribute to Dave Mirra, and I got really sad that Dave Mirra died.
Yeah.
Looked him up online. He died in 2016. So, I was like, "What? Dave Mirra? He was like my favorite BMXer. He's the first person to ever do a backflip. First person to ever do a double backflip during competition." And
Didn't he die doing something weird? Or I'm thinking of
he committed self deletion.
Geez. Okay.
So, because I was
thinking of someone else.
I'm
thinking of the race car driver, I think, or Ken Block, or no, the dirt guy. Who's
Oh, the dirt bike driver? Travis Pastrana?
Colin McRae.
Colin McRae. That does sound kind of familiar, but I don't.
Colin McRae's dirt games and rally games.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
He died, I think, skydiving or something.
Going out the way he lived.
Oh, no, helicopter he was piloting. Helicopters kill so many people. I don't know.
They're
You would have to
dangerous.
be insane to get into a helicopter,
I don't-
especially if you're a celebrity.
Which is ironic because the helicopter is what's going to bring you to the hospital to try to save your
Well,
life.
you know, yeah.
Okay, sorry everybody. We're going way over. Let us know the things we mentioned. Let us know how terrible we were in this video and how much we didn't pay attention to the song that you loved.
Yeah.
Let us know all that stuff, and then let us know what you want to see in the next video. And we will be there and see you next time.
I'm back. Sorry, our doorbell stopped working.
That's all right. I was going to eat a gusher, but they're too sticky.
So I know you know this guy's a serious collector because so this is one of the albums.
Yep.
He puts this album on the outside of the sleeve in its own inner sleeve, so you preserve the original inner sleeve. Whatever.
Yeah.
He just happened to have these two Talking Heads albums that were the two that I like, two of the three that I don't have.
That's awesome.
And then he threw in a Raspberry Beret Prince 45.
Sweet.
So, yeah, that guy's cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.